This is Matrix Lord 212, and I'm reviewing Fantastic Four number 11. All right, so here's the thing I want to talk about. Certain things bother me a little bit. Okay, now I'm a fan of Dan Slott, but even though that being said, sometimes there's things I see he does that I totally don't agree with, but that's fine. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I'm actually wrong about things, and something that I didn't like, I turn out to like when it comes to Dan Slott. So, I like the fact that he, tries to involve and include the kids because they are part of the Fantastic Four, like Franklin Richards and Valeria. But the problem I have is the interpretation of Franklin Richards, because all the other issues that I've read, not Dan Slott, with Franklin Richards, he's a lot smarter than they're making him out to be. And I'm trying to get a handle of this because, and you may say, oh, this is a little minor detail, little no, it's a big deal to me because before Valeria was born, there was a lot of things going on with Franklin Richards' character. He was involved in a lot of different storylines. He has the most powerful mutant he's going to be in history until I guess his kid comes along or whatever. But he saved all the heroes, and from his powers, was another factor that Onslaught was created and all that stuff. I know I'm getting off topic, but I just want to talk about Franklin Richards for a second. He was a lot smarter when he was a kid then. And then there was certain things where Nathaniel Richards, I guess Reed Richards' father, took him out of time, and then he came back like a teenager, then he brought him back and he was normal. But he was a lot smarter. And you got to think, all right, he was basically, has Reed Richards' intelligence, but is more of a adventurous or just jump into the thing rather than try to calculate, even though he has the smarts, right? But he would use it in a different way. He wouldn't be obsessed over that, and just try to he's more of a finding out how to defeat the enemy with his powers than figure out some calculation or something like that. So when Valeria came into the picture, that was awesome, and it was that cool relationship with Doctor Doom that they had, that bond. But somewhere along the lines, with Dan Slott, it's he makes it like Valeria is the older sister. And she's not. She's the younger sister. And there was something in the Wikipedia that I looked up where they said that due to time travel, she's older than him. Which, first of all, that just is stupid. I mean, I know they're trying... I know he's a fan of Doctor Who. And I see him putting stuff in there of Doctor Who. I see him putting stuff in there of many different stuff that he likes. You could see what he puts in there. But that was the thing with the Doctor, where the Doctor's age always changes because of time travel. And, that does not fit this. She has to be the younger sister. She cannot be the older sister. And I don't know if he's making Valeria super intelligent because he wants her to be super intelligent because she's a woman. And in this day and age, all the women, they try to make women are better than men and all this other stuff. I don't know if he's part of that agenda or whatever. But, I never saw that in the past, that she was going to become Reed Richards too. I mean, she was smart, but I never saw it that she was going to be that. And I know that's he's doing it that way. That's his interpretation of her. But I just didn't see it like that. In fact, the way they showcased her, it's she also embraced the fact that her godfather is Doctor Doom, and they have a weird bond too, because it's he won't do anything to hurt her, respects her. It's almost she's his own kid too. They have a bond, they have a spell that connects them together too, a link. And, she could do no wrong in his eyes. She's perfect to Doctor Doom. And, that thing is not really established either. The fact that How does she feel about different things with Doctor Doom? Like when they fight, like there was no conflict with that storyline with her and Doctor Doom. It's like it was just overlooked or forgotten about, but it's not. So let me just, this is becoming a massive video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But so let me get to this thing. I don't like the way Franklin Richards is interpreted like, he's stupid or he's not as smart as Valeria, and I'm not part of like this. Don't start shipping this to me that like she is better than him in all these different capacities. And it just seems that with Dan Slott, he's making Franklin Richards stupid compared to the way he was always portrayed by everybody else in the Marvel Universe. Like every other writer in the Marvel Universe, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just, and he dyes his hair. It's like, he doesn't want to be this. He wants to be something different. He doesn't want to be with the Associate with the Fantastic Four. It's like, who is this kid? Like, what's happening here? Like, this is... So this issue is focused on really Franklin and Valeria. And again, the storyline is just stupid that the DMV, or in this case, for superhero DMV, steps in and saying he can't, or they both can't, like, fly these vehicles because they don't have a license. I mean, they've been flying it for years, and it's like, this is like, that's something that could be different compared to a regular driver's license. I mean, that's just a stupid thing. I mean, I'm gonna pay $4 and I'm gonna read about, that. But thank God that's not the main thing in the story. I mean, the main thing, look, my favorite part of the issue is Doctor Doom, really. The subplot with Doctor Doom, the twice appearances of Doctor Doom, like, and in the middle and the end or whatever, like him trying to build Latveria, like whatever damage occurred, and him finding the radioactivity stuff, and then him trying to help out the Puppet Master. That was great of the book. Now, I also don't like the fact that, they try to explain it like, I mean, the way they make it, it's like Reed Richards friggin' aged and Sue didn't age, but the kids aged, and they're making it like because they were off, world like years or something, right? I don't like that at all, because what I would do is be like, well, because whatever to do with dimensions and everything, they're not older, but the kids rapidly aged a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't do it that they got older, because I'm not for this whole mentality of like they're rapidly aging the heroes like Hawkeye to make him like old and in dirt. Not that he's old man Hawkeye, but like all of a sudden now he can't be an archer. Like, but like the comic book used to be a day in the life of the character. So like, I'm not for these stupid things that they do. Like, Old Man Logan started it. Then it's Old Man Quill, Old Man Hawkeye, Old Thor, Old God Thor, Old Loki, Old God Loki, like Old X-23, old this, old that, Maestro. I mean, like, stop. Maybe in their head, the writers, because they're middle-aged, they want to have middle-aged heroes, so they feel they compensate for something, feel better that way, but not for the fans. Like, I don't think Old Man Hawkeye or Old Man Quill book sold good at all. So, like, stop with the old stuff. And then they're doing Spider-Man 2. Nobody wants to see that, okay? These young kids, even me, and I'm not a young kid, but I'm like 45, but, like, we don't want to see comic books about that. It's one thing you went to the well with Old Man Logan, okay? You don't go back to the well many times where it's dried and now you dig into the center of the earth for more water. So, like, Marvel needs to stop old man, old woman this nonsense, because it even got catchy with the other companies where I think they did, like, Old Woman Harley Quinn or something. It's like, stop. Stop. Do I want to see what happens where Hawkeye has to defeat an enemy, but then he has to go to the bathroom at the same time, and he goes in his Depends, but then he tries to, like, no, not really. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a book where the hero is complaining about his bones hurting, like, 20 times. Like, you have that in reality, and you don't need that in, like, fantasy. So, all right, let me go back to the Fantastic Four. And let me just, and again, this is an honest review. This is not, look, here's the thing. You have to have good reviews, great reviews, bad reviews too. You can't just, everything is happy, happy, joy, joy, smiling and everything. And, oh, I love it, even if you don't love it. Because if you start doing that, then your channel is fake, your channel is phony. Like, I'm a fan of Dan Slott, but if he doesn't do something I like, I have to admit it. It's not an attack against Dan Slott. It's not that I'm mad at him. Not that, oh my God, I'm trying to hurt him. No, I have to point out certain things. So I'm going to point out this for a second. I want you to take a look at certain things here, like the artwork here, okay? Now, everybody has a different artist style. I get it. To me, the covers of the Fantastic Four lately have been garbage. Sorry, I don't mean to offend, but I don't like that style. And I don't think a lot of people like that style because I want to see what the sales are of the variants compared to this. Now, I don't like that old, like seeing this artwork, it's like something out of like the, I don't know if it's Akira or like, not Akira, like, what's the art? Like the 60s or something or whatever. Like, it's like an old school type of thing or whatever. And Valeria looks like, like Quaid from, not Quaid, the thing from Total Recall where Arnold Schwarzenegger was dressed like a woman, like 2 weeks, like she shouldn't even be looking like that, okay? Like, her face is all disproportionate. Looks like a damn horror movie, okay? So I gotta tell you right now, like, and Marvel's famous for these blood variants lately. I don't know what the hell their thing is, but I don't like the artwork at all. I haven't. And some people just, like, they'll get the book as an art. Some people won't. I get it for the writing, but I have to have it both. If you're going to create a comic book and it's something's worthy of being a comic, my mentality is that you don't just put out garbage. You get the best writer and you get the best artist. So while we have a great writer like Dan Slott, we don't have the best art outside. Now, as far as inside goes, it's okay. I mean, it's actually good. It's not bad. Okay, it is good, but I would change the cover artist. I'm sorry, nothing against the person, but you gotta have. You gotta have some nice covers, really, and you know what? This is like nothing to. This is like forgettable because like if someone asks you, oh, what's on the cover of Fantastic Four 11, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't know, because it's like it's not memorable. You don't remember it. So that's my pet peeve. The artist for the covers got to go. No offense to the person. The issue is just about like the family. Johnny interacting with the kids, Reed, Ben, thing, like everybody interacting with the kids, Alicia Masters, all of them. So it's not like a big sting, like they just had the Water Rums thing, which I wasn't crazy about Water Rums anyway, but, now it's like a downtime issue, just like, now. So it's like, after the storm, after Water Rums, it's just like a relaxed environment thing. Now I'm hoping it picks up soon. I think the Thing is going to fight the Hulk, so that's going to be good, and then something else happens. But I also think they need to throw Spidey in there. Like, just because Spider-Man's not in a Fantastic Four doesn't mean he shouldn't show up because he's best friends with Johnny Storm. He just should show up, and he should interact with the kids, and they should have, even if they put him in there for like 3 issues or something, like he should be in there. Like, he has a right to be in there, just like Johnny Storm showed up in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man a couple of times. Or Spectacular Spider, whatever how you call it. There was another issue. The other one, Fantastic Peter Parker book also. So they need to have, Spider-Man there a little bit. And I think that'd be great, Spider-Man being written by Dan Slott again, a little bit of Fantastic Four. Be like a 2-issue run, maybe 3 or maybe 1, whatever. I think that needs to happen. Doctor Doom is like the best thing of this issue, and it's a little part. I honestly, like, it's like I want to read about the Fantastic Four, but the whole main emphasis is on the kids lately. And my thing is like, well, if it's going to be on the kids, then why don't you just give them their own book, like the Future Foundation, which they're going to do that, obviously. But, like I just want it to be mostly focused on the Fantastic Four. I want to know the mindset of Reed and Sue and different things that going through their head when they're away, them adapting to being back in the Marvel universe, like how long it's been time frame for them in there. Like I just want to see what's going on. I want to see how. Like you mean to tell me like Snap, they're just back together. There's no problems with the group. It's like I want to see Johnny and Thing if they have issues with each other, or like, if Reed has an issue with Johnny or Reed has a Thing or whatever. Like I just want to see something. It's not always like perfect, like to get along perfectly. Like there's got to be some underlying things going on, or some things that they're upset with each other or something, whatever. But like Reed Richards need to shave that beard and just like be normal. Honestly, it looks like a depression look. I don't like it. I want to see more issues. This was a downtime issue, so I'm gonna say it was good. But I don't want to see all issues like this. And Fantastic Four. Oh, and the villain too. First of all, I know it's a comic book, but does it need to be like a comic book? Like, do you need to have a grandstanding villain talking like out of the 80s like that, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I know they just created, I don't know if they just created her for the issue and she's a villain of the microverse and all that stuff. I mean, them explaining the microverse was like freaking Qui-Gon explaining Merchlorians to freaking Anakin, it wasn't really needed to do that. But I guess they felt, but it wasn't that bad compared to like the Star Wars prequels. But anyway, um, then it was something about gay pride in there. They promoted gay pride. They threw a line in there about that. I'm like, okay. And then, which, you know what? Does he know anything about people that are gay? Like, just because they turned a different color, is that like, does that mean, like, it just seemed like like forced. Like he just threw a line in there about the gay pride thing because the people were turning colors or something because of some weird thing with Dimension. It was just, it's like, God, give me a break. There was also a thing about reversing the polarity and neutron flow. It was like a Doctor Who thing. And there was another line I forgot. What the hell was it from? It was from something else. It's like they were talking about. Oh, God, it sucks. Why don't I remember it? There was something in here, and I thought, oh, that's interesting that he put that in there. I don't remember what it is now. It was from some other show or some other thing or something. All right. Oh yes, that's another thing. It seems like he was doing something from like Discovery, like the tardigrades or something like that. Which, you didn't need to have that in there. Like I understand you did it. Maybe you did it as a joke with Discovery, and you don't need to put all the stuff from like all the different sci-fi things in the Fantastic Four. They could stand on their own. They don't need to like have stuff in there. Just like Iron Man doesn't need to be like Men in Black. Like Men in Black, they had, them having a dog translator. Like Tony Stark didn't invent that. You don't need to have that. Just like Avatar showing up in there. Like you don't need to have all sci-fi stuff that you're a geek fan of to put in there. It just could be about Fantastic Four, not because all that stuff to me is like distraction away from the story. It's like, oh, you're trying to be like Ready Player One, over stuff in the book with like Easter eggs, but it should be about Fantastic Four, not you moving your eye to see these things. It should be like something going on, like just boom. We need to like get the focus back, and I think we're losing focus a little bit with Fantastic Four. I think we're going off the rails a little bit, throwing all the different stuff from culture, and oh, there's a tardigrades from like from the video game, but then they copied and they put in Discovery. Oh, there's the thing about Doctor Who. Oh, this is like just Fantastic Four centric. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it on Fantastic Four. Let's keep it on like another thing too. It's like how does the Fantastic Four, because they had Fantastic Four interact with Otto Octavius, right? Superior Spider-Man. Like, why doesn't that come up in the book itself? Like, why don't they talk about that? Because they all like think he's a dick. Like they all like, they're working with him. But why are they working with him? Like, why you know, I'm surprised like no villain tries to capture him, and I'm superhero to try to capture him and put him on trial or something like, because like he's just being allowed to run around in San Francisco, and it's like, oh, you know, I know it's not, but it is connected because he did create Superior Spider-Man. So, um, what else can I say about the Fantastic Four? I need there needs to be villains. There needs to be good villains, like drawn great, actual threat, not like just this villain and all the heroes have to fight the villain. Like someone that you're scared of or something, or some threat that could cause damage. To Fantastic Four. You know, it's like right now it's like they're always unbeatable lately. It seems, even though it seemed like it wasn't for a minute with Doctor Doom, but they did. You know, which was a great storyline, by the way. I thought the Doctor Doom thing, and you notice the cover was on par too. Like the cover of like Doctor Doom with the mask. That's what you need to see, like that. You know what I'm saying? Not like these other weird, forgettable covers. So again, I'm not hating on the Fantastic Four. It was good, but it could be a lot better. I just want different things to change. All right, thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.